While Vince McMahon was being interviewed alongside his daughter, Stephanie, he was informed by a security guard that Undertaker's minion, Minion, yes, that ironically rhymed, and no, not the yellow dude from Despicable Me, was detected in the parking lot. That's when Vince rushed to Minion and brawled with him, even tried to run him over with a car. Decades later, the bit where Vince McMahon was informed of Minion's presence became a meme on the internet, adding captions such as, "Me when I find the guy that puts letters in math."
You take me to him! Take me to the son of a bitch! Take me to him!
In 2011, a former TNA champion, Awesome Kong, made her way into the WWE under the name Karma. The story consisted of her interrupting various matches by attacking the wrestlers, with only leaving Kelly Kelly unharmed and frightened in the ring. Of course, this was supposed to lead to something bigger, perhaps a rivalry between the two. But unfortunately, as Barbie Blank stated, even she wasn't aware of the direction that the feud was going in. Ultimately, Karma had to leave the company due to personal matters, cutting the plot short.
The way they wanted me to come back wasn't going to be healthy for me.
When Goldust first debuted, as demanded by Mr. McMahon, he played quite a bizarre and androgynous character, mostly relying on the shock factor to sell the persona. Weirdly enough, the wrestler was very determined on upping himself with every appearance, and so he decided to pitch the idea of him getting breast implants on domestic television in order to raise the ratings. Even Vince McMahon thought this was way too much and turned down Goldust's crazy new obsession. Let's be honest, Natalya was unforgettable in her 2017 storyline with Nikki Bella. I mean, who can forget the iconic "I did it" line?
All right. I did it, you bitch.
Watch your profanity.
It was the greatest reveal since "I Am Your Father," really. During one segment, Natalya was throwing a fit at the merchandise stand right outside the arena, complaining about there not being her merchandise for sale. That's when Nikki attacked and all hell broke loose right in front of loyal merch customers. But that was just a little taste of what was about to come, as a month later, the two decided to battle it out in a Falls Count Anywhere match and accidentally took out Maurice as well, who was just minding her own business.
You hurt me, you embarrassed me.
This is probably one of the most infamous, authentic feuds that took place in wrestling. To put it simply, Matt Hardy was close friends with Edge while dating Lita. Now, after the wrestler got injured, Lita started dating Edge behind Hardy's back, which naturally resulted in some bad blood between the wrestlers.
I don't think that I owe you an explanation of my relationship with Edge. You cutting wrestling promos in a personal context.
So WWE initially fired and then hired Hardy in order to make him face the rated R superstar. Now, this was one of those times when everyone was aware of their real-life beef, as Hardy didn't shy away from being vocal about the matter on the internet.
It was like something that we really had substance to sink our teeth into and really work hard and like tell a story where people legitimately thought we wanted to murder each other, and we tried to take advantage of it.
In 2012, The Rock would face John Cena in a once-in-a-lifetime WrestleMania match. Now, while the two clashed once again the next year, it's during their first encounter that genuine heat arose. Their rivalry really went next level when John Cena pointed out on live TV that The Rock had written notes on his wrist just seconds before heading into the ring.
Just like I don't need my notes for my promo on my wrist.
WWE star Natalya stated, "I was around during that time backstage. They couldn't be in the same room."
I remember there being real tension. You come out of a promo segment, you think everybody's gonna be fine. They're like, oh, they can't even talk to each other. They can't even be in the same room.
All right, time for a flashback to 10 years ago. Doesn't that seem like an eternity? And then also like yesterday? Anyway, back in 2013, WWE wanted to bring back female wrestlers, such as the Bella Twins, Maurice, Maria, and Kelly Kelly. But then the company later pulled the ultimate reverse card and only brought back the twins.
The next day I got a phone call and they said, well, the deal is off, none of you guys are coming.
As a result, the others involved claimed multiple times that it was Brie and Nikki who blocked them from returning. Now, Brie stated that she couldn't even get a championship after returning, let alone the authority to block someone. Maurice has a feud with both of the sisters that revolved around this issue, but it seems like they're now on good terms.
How dare Brie and Nicole get something over me? Like, it almost like dumbfounded you.
Everyone knows the infamous exploding limo scene, but not all know the context behind it. On a 2007 episode of Raw, we saw WWE employees turn their back on Vince McMahon, which ended in the CEO leaving the arena in a limousine, which exploded soon after. While the death was of course staged, it caused quite a frenzy in the media, with many TV stations mistakenly reporting it as a real death, and so even the company's stocks ended up dropping. This was supposed to be an introduction to a new McMahon character, who would have been the main opposite for Vince.
The beef between CM Punk and Jeff Hardy is definitely one that belongs in the history books. It felt like the rivalry extended beyond the TV screen, and that's because the two actually didn't like each other quite a lot in real life. See, CM Punk was all about the straight-edge subculture, while Hardy was known for his party lifestyle. The feud included some personal jabs that apparently the latter didn't really feel comfortable with.
They are total opposites. There is a lot of similarities between them, as they both have this it factor, as they both have their like cult fan base, and they both really inspire people.
On an episode of Raw in 2021, Nikki Ash was set to compete against Tamina. As the match neared the end, we saw a botch where Tamina accidentally failed to kick out from a pin, most likely ending the match prematurely. Things got weirder as they played Tamina's theme song and announced her as a winner. Of course, if you see it on the WWE Network, they replaced Tamina's theme with Nikki's. What do you think happened exactly? Comment below.
That was 3, it's over! Here is your winner, Tamina!
On a 2003 episode of SmackDown, John Cena teamed up with Brock Lesnar to face Kurt Angle and The Undertaker. Cena ended up picking up the win in this star-studded match after he sneakily hit Angle with his chain while the referee wasn't looking. But instead of his music playing, they played The Undertaker's theme at the time. Just like in the other entries, the mistake was edited out on the WWE Network. In 2003, Brock Lesnar competed in his first ever Royal Rumble match, which amazingly enough, he ended up winning by eliminating The Undertaker. After he had done just that, the backstage crew accidentally played the official soundtrack for that year's Royal Rumble. They soon realized the mistake and quickly switched to Brock's music. Surprisingly, it didn't cause much confusion, as the audience was focused on the fact that he just threw The Undertaker over the top ropes.
In 2020, a former on-screen team, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, engaged in a vicious feud, and their rivalry was scheduled to end in that year's SummerSlam. The match was labeled a hair versus hair match, with the loser shaving her head, a stipulation we saw come to fruition many times before. Despite this, the match was abruptly changed to loser leaves WWE.
WWE in the early 2000s was absolutely wild. Why, you may ask? Oh, I don't know, maybe because of this segment where JBL literally goes hunting for illegal immigrants at the Mexican border. All right, I want to know who greenlit this idea. Who thought this was a good one? Who woke up one Monday morning and said, you know what? I want to see JBL fighting Mexicans at the border. That's it! Now, it's safe to say that this kind of writing would definitely not fly in today's era. And Mr. JBL, would you just please step over here and bam, you're in jail.
They take advantage of our healthcare system, our welfare system.